So I tried several times to record this where my whole face was in the video for the beginning, and then I switched it, but my screen recording tool is not allowing me to do that right now. So this is what we have. I just want to go over some housekeeping things, the first of which is email. Some of you guys, I think, might be emailing my student email. I am an alumnus from Southeastern, so my student email is still on file. So you need to be emailing cdunlap@se.edu and not emailing the cdunlap94@se.edu. The one with the 94 is my student email, and I no longer have access to that account. So if you've sent something to that email, make sure you go back and forward it to me, especially if it's a missing assignment, because I know that some of you have said you've sent assignments and I have not received those. I'm working on a solution with IT, but as of right now, I do not have one, and I do not have the authority to fix the problem myself, or trust me, I would have. The first thing I want to talk about for our research is the fact that our draft is due on Sunday. And now, when you hear the word draft, you might be thinking that you don't need to finish it. And while that is technically okay, ideally you will have the whole paper completed for review because the goal is that I'm able to give you feedback, and so that essentially you can submit a perfect paper when you submit the final draft in November. That is the goal. What I've also done is I've made the due date for the final paper a couple of weeks before the finals week, just so that in the event that you kind of maybe do some formatting things that cost you a lot of points or something, those are things that we can fix prior to me having to submit your final grade. But overall, let's just not worry about it. And because I know you guys have been working hard based on your discussion boards and all that stuff, and so I'm confident you're going to do well. But let's just talk a little bit about some of these requirements. MLA format, again, Purdue OWL is where you should be looking if you have any formatting questions at this time. And of course, you're welcome to email me as well. I'm very responsive to email, and I'm pretty responsive to that Google Voice number that you see on my syllabus as well. 12 to 1500 words, that is approximately 4 to 5 pages, and that includes your heading and all that good stuff. Has to have 4 sources, and so ideally what you did was for your article summaries, you chose 2 articles. For your article analysis, you chose 2 additional articles, and at this point those 4 sources comprise the sources you're going to use for your paper. In addition to that, make sure that when you are finalizing your paper that you are also including the counterpoint. And so what that means is you have to also show that you have at least entertained and looked into what the counterpoint, what other people think when they don't agree with you. So don't forget to do that. And again, if you have questions about that, feel free to reach out and I can clarify anything that you are needing help with. What I also would like to do right now is just one more time kind of show you how a document is set up, because I'm still getting some issues as far as formatting. That's where most of the points have been lost in all of my grading so far. So you'll go to Times New Roman font, 12-point font, and this right here where you see the paragraph spacing, you're going to click double. So Courtney Dunlap, English 1301. My name, so that, sorry, that's where the pause came from. I'm like, wait a minute, sorry. Professor Dunlap is me, and then you would put the date. So 27 October 2021. Make sure that you're writing it in this format because that means that you will not have to use commas, and once you get into some of your upper level courses, that's going to be the expectation. So just get in the habit of doing it this way because that's usually what's going to be expected. You can center the title. I know that I've been lenient with allowing you to title your first 3 assignments just what the assignment was called, but I do not want to see you call your final research paper by just research paper. I want you to think of a title that would encourage someone to read it. The goal of writing is that someone reads it in the future, and so the only way you can do that is by attracting people to your work, and the title is one of the easiest way to do that. So your heading is flush left, your title is centered, and then make sure when you start your introduction paragraph that you put it back flush left. Intro starts here. And again, don't forget to tab when you're doing your paragraphs. So when you tab in, your next line would just start right here. And that way it's got a little bit of an indentation so we know where each paragraph starts and stops. After you type, and what you might go ahead and do just so it's already ready for you is Control and Enter will add a new page. You will center it and it's called Works Cited. If you're used to APA formatting, you have probably seen it called References, but you need to call it a Works Cited because you're only putting it in here if it's something that you cited in your work. So don't put anything on this list that you don't end up using. In addition to all of your headings and format, you need to also have a header. So I would go to Insert, Page Number, and you're going to start on the first page, and then just put whatever your last name is, your space, and now each time you add a page, it'll include your name plus the page number. Simple as that, and it's tedious, and I understand that if you haven't done it a lot that it can be something that's difficult or frustrating, but once you get in a habit of doing it, and the sooner you get in a habit of doing it, the easier things are going to be for you as you enter into some of your upper level comp classes and even in your marketing and other classes like that. Give me 1 second. Sorry, I am a public school teacher, like I told you guys, in addition to teaching these comp classes. So I had a student stop by for something. Again, this is a draft, so I'm not expecting them to be perfect, but what I do need to see to help you be the most successful on the final paper is your entire draft completed. If it's not where it needs to be, that's something we can fix, but you're not going to know that it's not where it needs to be if you're not submitting a whole draft. So make sure the paper you submit is complete and not just a part of a paper. I know that it's been a while since we've started, but the grading scale is listed in our syllabus, and the way that this course works is you're working for a total points. So you can earn up to 1,000 points in the course. So 900 to 1,000 points is an A, 800 to 899 is a B, and 700 to 799 is a C, and so forth. So keep that in mind when you're looking at your grade. Make sure that you're taking care of your business because we are also creeping up on that drop deadline. The drop deadline is November the 4th for the 16-week course. That date is also listed in our syllabus. If you're getting concerned about grades at this point, I do encourage you to reach out to me so we can discuss if completing the course with a passing grade is an option at this point, or if we need to discuss maybe dropping so that we don't let it hurt our GPA and we just try again later. That's not a bad thing. That doesn't mean that you've done anything wrong. It just means that we need to address some things before we get through our comp course. That's really all I have. Again, I'm super proud of all the work you guys have put in. I know it hasn't been easy, and I am just grateful that you've all worked so hard. You all have been a pleasure. Don't forget, if you have questions or concerns or anything of the nature, I am available every day via Zoom from 3 to 3:30 p.m. All you have to do is either email me or send me a text message, and we can get that set up, no problem. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, a great weekend, and let me know before Friday if you have any questions or concerns about getting the draft submitted by Sunday. I'll talk to y'all soon.